Hello, everybody. I am John Vicari here with Aaron Roose and Parker Noland on the Albany Dutchmen YouTube page. This will be a series of interviews with former Dutchmen players, and we get both from last year's 2019 team. As I already mentioned, PGCBL All-Star from last year, Aaron Roose, and the leader in batting average from last season, Parker Noland. Guys, thanks for joining me.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it.
All right, so first question, I think it's the only question you could ask is, what have you guys been doing? I mean, we've been in quarantine for almost now 3 months, and there's not much to do. Obviously, where you guys are from right now, looks like some beautiful weather today. So just give me a insight of, like, what kind of drills you guys are doing or what you're doing, if anything, to stay sharp and to stay in baseball shape. Aaron, you can start.
Just obviously being from, LA, everything's starting to reopen, but no baseball facilities, no gyms are open. So just really trying to find ways to kind of keep what I had, if not improve, just because obviously everything's closed. But just been running a lot more, been finding makeshift exercises, built a squat rack, just stuff like that. Really just trying to keep my body in shape. After all this ends, hopefully my body's ready to go and just ready to get back into playing baseball.
Parker?
Yeah, I guess where I live in Tennessee, it's not as bad as in where Roose is living. But, I've been fortunate enough to have, a couple of friends who own, private gyms and stuff. So I've been lucky to, get to go to their places. And I've really just been working on, getting more flexible and, of course, stronger. But, I've really just been working on getting stronger and faster. And I have some summer classes to take this summer. So I've just been making sure I have some good grades. So, yeah.
Yeah, and Parker, you're a freshman at Vanderbilt. Aaron, this was your junior season at Azusa Pacific. But Parker, was it an adjustment for you to go from high school to the college game? Obviously, with the Dutchmen, you got to see some college pitching, but was there any adjustment for your first year at Vanderbilt, which is, SEC level play? Was there any real adjustment you had to make?
Oh, for sure. And going to play for the Dutchmen definitely helped. I mean, it's just a faster paced game. I mean, they throw harder, everyone's stronger, and everyone's bodies are more mature. So it's definitely a big adjustment. It just goes from playing from high school kids to grown men. So it's just a faster play game. That's really it, though. It's nothing. It's just baseball. It's just a game. So,
Aaron, in terms of your junior season, I'm just wondering, because with the Dutchmen, you had a lot of positions. You were catcher, but you could play second, third. And just looking at your defensive stats, where were you playing defensively for Azusa Pacific this season?
So we actually got 20 games in before all this hit, and I actually played 20 games at catcher.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Nothing. Yeah. I started one at DH, and by the time the second inning rolled around, I was catching. So, just definitely the wealth of knowledge that I gained from Coach Davey throughout the course of the summer just kind of bled into transitioning back into APU and basically, just catching, but definitely just the knowledge that I gained from Coach Davey helped.
Now, follow-up for you, Aaron. I know that there was already some rules put in place with next season for NCAA involving California schools specifically. I'm just wondering, was Azusa Pacific directly hit, and what's been the communication with that? Or you guys are just, left in the dark of determining what's going to happen next season?
Yeah, so what I had heard from my athletic director is that our season will be reduced from 50 games, regular season, from 50 games to 40 games. And essentially, we won't have any out-of-conference games. And I think it's to my knowledge that that is going to be NCAA-wide. But my school in particular, because the Cal States and UCs are doing online classes for the fall, my school has every intent of doing those in-person classes. So I'm excited to get back onto campus and, get with the guys and just, prepare for season.
Parker, is there anything that your coaches or Vanderbilt has told you about next season, or it's just all hearsay as of right now?
A lot of it's just hearsay, but like Bruce was saying, I have heard about the mention of like a shorter season. So I've heard that, but they haven't really given our players a date or anything of like when they want us to be back. It's just kind of only thing that we know for sure is that students are going to have the option to take the classes online in the fall, or they can choose to come to campus. So that's the big thing with our school right now.
Yeah, definitely a lot of unknown in COVID-19, but let's try and, look at the bright side of stuff. And my first question out of the box was going to be last time you got a haircut. And obviously, Parker, I think it's been a while for you. It's been a while for me. But Aaron, you look all buzzed up, man. And you told me before we went on, you know a guy in San Francisco. I might have to fly out there and get a haircut because it's getting very long. And just Parker, when's the last time you got a haircut? Just wondering. This is just no one asked this question. I just want to know this question.
I think probably 2 months ago. But I like to have the longer hair in the summer because that's when you play baseball and it's when you get the flow going. So
yeah, well, it's true. I mean, I think hockey and baseball specifically, the hair is part of the style. Where in like football and basketball, it really isn't. But
right.
Yeah, definitely the flow going. This was a question sent in, and that's what was going to be your planned summer ball for this season. Did you guys know that, or were you in the dark in terms of just knowing where you were going to play? Did you guys have it already set, or you weren't sure? Aaron, we can start with you.
I think for me, I had a couple of options, but just seeing how this season was going to play out, just with the amount of games that I'd be catching, I think a focus for me, and I was in communication with my coach, obviously, was just getting faster and more flexible. And so going into it, I had every intention of basically taking this summer off just to work on those like key aspects of, when you're catching, it's important. Like those are important components of it, especially for like long seasons and just durability. But once this all hit, it didn't make sense for me just to go and travel. So as far as summer ball goes, nothing is in the plan. Nothing is in the works for me. It's really just working on those like key components of my game.
Parker, what were your original plans?
So Vanderbilt was actually sending me to Cape Cod, and I was going to play for the Bourne Braves. But that got canceled, obviously. So now I'm supposed to report to Fond du Lac, Wisconsin, for the Northwoods League around June 22nd. So looking forward to doing that for sure.
Wow, they're still on. That's pretty cool. And obviously, it's how drastic it's been hit determines where you live, especially in this country. And for me and Aaron, I'm in New York and Queens, and he's out in California. Definitely hit hard. Right. So, but luckily, hopefully you can get some summer baseball in. Now, a couple other quick hit questions. TVs probably, or video games. What everyone's been doing during this. Is there some specific game you're playing or a Netflix show you've been binging? I think Aaron might be a big Outer Banks guy, right? No?
I started watching it, but
okay.
I try to stay off that stuff as much as possible. But if I do have a little extra time throughout the day, I love playing the show. It just kind of keeps me busy. And, I mean, I've always been like a sports video game kind of guy. Never been super into like Fortnite or, all those like games that are just popular in our culture. But if I do have some time, I'll play the show.
Yeah. This quarantine's definitely helped me get better at my first-person shooter games like Fortnite and Call of Duty. So, those skills have definitely improved. So.
Another question, where are you guys ordering from? Are you guys especially, do you have families that cook? Are you cooking, or is it just hit McDonald's drive-through? Parker, you could start.
No, my mom actually cooks me a lot of meals. She's a really good cook, so I'm really blessed to have her for sure. But she fixes me some healthy meals, so happy for that.
I actually just got back from Azusa a couple weeks ago is when I moved back home. Unfortunately, my parents have been big on just meal prepping and stuff like that, but I know Parker and I can both attest to, the official college food of, baseball players is Chipotle. So
Yeah, 100%.
we like to go to Chipotle a lot, just after workouts or whatever. So yeah, definitely just meal prepping and then every once in a while mixing in some good Chipotle.
There you go. So thanks for guys for stopping by, I should say. Is there anything else you guys want to add to the Dutchman community watching, or Parker, you can start.
Well, guys, baseball will be back soon, and all we can do is stay next to our families. So.
Yeah, I think for me, just enjoy your time with your families. This is a great opportunity just to grow closer in those relationships, but also reaching out to people who might not have that same support right now could be big. So yeah, just really dive into those relationships and just pour into those people. Especially like your parents, they pour so much into you and give you opportunities to play for the Dutchmen and stuff like that. So I think it's just important to keep that in mind throughout the season.
Good advice, guys. Thank you for stopping by out of your probably not too busy days, but thanks for hanging out with me.
Of course.
Thank you.
Thanks, John.
All right. Thanks for stopping by on the Dutchman YouTube channel. We'll have plenty interview series throughout the 2020 season. I'm John Vicari, and this has been part of the Dutchman interview series.